Right, welcome back to ERAGON. Today is another recording, but also there could be one more. Depends on with the remaining 3 levels that's got to be done, including a special level that you can do in the game. But for now, what I'm going to do is keep that quiet. As well as, of course, on my last recording, I did do 3 levels, as well as with the 3 levels that I did do, I did use a special level to show you that there will be a new second character for a 2-player game, because with one person, with the second character that they can use, especially if you're with someone, they get to use Brom when he dies, and then they can use the next second character, which would be Motek, but I can use him because the AI will allow that to use that instead. As well as if it's just you, you get to use 2 characters yourself, which is ERAGON, as well as the dragon. That's the best part of ERAGON video game that you can play. And of course, you get several other levels to do in the game, but on my last recording I did do 3 levels, which was the first one I did do, which was of course this one here, which is called the Bayou Mountains. Let's just spell it anyway. The BEOR with mountains right beside it. And that was one level where you could get Motek to turn up for the second player to use that character. And you can use him in this level, which is called ERAGON Encampment is what it's called, where you can have Motek in that level as well as the Misty Gorge. You can get him to turn up in that level as well. And those are the 3 levels I did do on my last recording. As well as in this game, you have to find eggs, which are hidden somewhere, and you just got to hunt them down, basically. But once again, I have found all of them, but not quite all of them just yet, because there's a couple more levels to do, which are 3 more for me to do. So once again, I will show you where they are. But also, if you've played it on Xbox 360, you get 2 extra levels in the game. But in this game that is on a PlayStation 2, you get 17 levels in total, which are 16 levels that are involved in finding eggs, and one more, which makes 17, which will be the final one that you do, will allow you to have a special thing for you to do. But once again, I'm going to keep that quiet, especially if you've never played the game before. So there's a little surprise for you to find out sooner or later. And once again, we've got 3 more levels left before we do the final one. So once again, what I'm going to do is, of course, show you where the eggs are, as well as, of course, with one of them, before the final one, it can be a bit more trickier for you to find the egg in total, of where it's going to come along for you to collect it. And that is the problem, it will stop you collecting it. So like I say to myself, that it's going to take me a couple of attempts before I can get it, which is roughly what's going to happen to you eventually. When you get very close to the final one, that will be after the 2 that I'm going to do for the time being. But first, we have got this one to do. So further ado, ERAGON attack is what we're doing. So here we go.
So, ERAGON and Zafira finally found the Varden, who were able to nurse Arya back to health. But the Urgos followed close behind, intent on destroying the rebellion once and for all. Our gamble has failed. The archers were unable to light the oil traps. We're on our way.
Right then, on this level, you get to use the dragon once again with ERAGON, as well as your health will be all the way at the top, as well as with the blue bar at the bottom of the left hand side there. That is magic that you can use, as well as when you're on the dragon, it is unlimited, that it just never stops running out. But also with the blue bar that is the magic, when you start in a certain level from the game, you will have push and pull magic, which is once again 2 letters, but also with the magic you'll have to start with holding L1 button. And so the first set of magic you get is push and pull, which is once again triangle is the push and X is the pull. You'll have that one. Then you'll have magic arrow or arrows, and basically you can use L1 and hold that in, and hold R1 and push X for a magic arrow to go through. And then you'll have a thing that will take some shields off enemies, which is L1 and square. Push that once with the L1 in, so you can rip shields off and also give you a bit of protection. That's a nice little shield for you to use. And of course you can use fire as well with L1 and push the circle button. As well as also you can have your own arrow as well, bow and arrow, shall we say. And the way you can use your bow and arrow is hold L1, or shall we say hold R1 and push X, or just keep holding the X button in and then let go of X with your R1 button that you're going to need to keep in for you to use that. Okay, so those are the magic skills you can use. But also when you get to this level, you can get a body armor suit for you to wear in this level. But also at the bottom of the right hand side of the screen there is a map to guide you to where some fire might be lurking about of a certain thing that is going to burn. And all you got to do is make sure every single map is not burning. And also you got to burn your enemies to stop them from reaching to certain points of areas that can get burnt down. So as long as you don't get everything all burnt down with the enemies that's going to do that, you'll be okay. So all you got to do is stop them from doing every single of the 6 or 7 areas that has things for them to burn down. Okay, but also with the dragon you're going to fly, use L3 and just move that around. And of course, you can push X to continue, as well as you can hold a certain key, which must be R1 and L1 and X to use fire, as far as I remember correctly. But also there's going to be an egg lurking around in here somewhere. So what I'll do is try and remember roughly where it is and guide you where you can collect it from. So X is to burn things. And what you want to do is hold it in. But once again, you can only use it a certain amount of times. Also, what you want to do is not make sure you don't bang into things. Because if you do, your health is going to go down. But the only way you can get it back up is to find Sophia to eat a bird. So as long as you keep an eye on the right hand side, where you can find them. Right, the egg should be over here. Oh, missed it. So it'll be over there somewhere. So you got to find the route where it is for you to collect it. Right, also with the arrows that I'm using, hold R1 and hold L1 and R1 and push the X a couple of times for you to do that bit. So once again, the egg will be down it, but as long as you keep an eye on the blue colour for you to collect it, and then you'll be all good. Right, so once you've collected the egg, what you want to do is keep an eye on where the green colours on the map on the right hand side of the screen. When you see it turn a different colour, like green fixed yellow, it'll say that's burning from where it is. But as long as it doesn't go blank, then it should be gone completely. But I haven't seen no yellow yet, so they're all still green. But also you're going to need to do it a couple of times, unless you find a checkpoint, which is what you're looking for. There's one yellow on the right hand side of the screen in the corner, so one's burning down or getting smashed to pieces. So as long as you find the enemies that's breaking the bits off. Also on the left hand side at the top there, that is to saying the enemies are almost dead, but what you want to do is make sure it goes on the opposite side from the right, on the left hand side where it is. So once again, all you got to do is make sure that the things that's on the left hand side where the symbol of the red bit that's on the characters that you've got to destroy, but make sure that the map on the right of the screen that does not have the greens turn yellow, because once again it will say it's burning down, as well as make sure it doesn't get destroyed. And the only way you can tell one of them's been destroyed, on the top in the middle of the screen, sooner or later will say one's destroyed, or it will say 1 out of 5 or 5 out of 4. It will come up with something, but we seem to be okay at the minute. But also don't forget you want to hold square to get the wings to stop flying around the place. And then you'll be all good. As long as you get all that kind of stuff. Also there'll be a lot of oil somewhere for you to burn your enemies, to stop them destroying things. As long as you find it. And then you'll be all good. There's one down. At the top there, it'll say 5. 5 towers. So there'll be 6 towers in total. And once it goes down, from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all those things will be destroyed. And you'll have to start again, including finding the egg that has been found earlier. So as long as that's all done, dusted, and then you can finish it. 3 towers left. And there's another checkpoint, so there's still got. So when you find a checkpoint, you still have only about many towers before they're dead, well, destroyed. As long as you know where the green bit is, or the yellow bit to say which one's burning to pieces, then go that direction where it is, and then you'll be all good, basically. But also the way you can get the dragon to be healthy is find a white bird for you to get the dragon to eat it, and then you'll be all good. So once you know exactly which direction to take, then you'll be alright. 2 towers left. So like I said, once you've found the checkpoint, there won't be as many for them to be destroyed. Also, circle is to get the wings or the back of the tail will flap all over the place. So once again, just keep an eye on where the yellow bit of the flames are. And just burn them. Or use the wings to smack them. One in there. One's gone. One left. It's over there. Oh. So once again, once you've found the checkpoint, you won't have to worry about too many things to deal with. And then you'll be all okay. I've got to get over there somehow. So far so good. So once again, what you want to do is keep an eye on the top left corner to say how many enemies are left. And then once they're all dead, you should be all finished. And that's all I've got to keep an eye on. As well as keep an eye on the left hand side of this left of part where the red is of the map. And then piece of cake. So as long as you do exactly what I just said, and then you'll be all tickety-boo. How about that? And once again, as it's just showing the dragon, I've done 363 enemies destroyed with DOVES, with of course EATEN. I've done 4, whatever that is. Difficulty is always going to stay on medium. And egg collected. So as long as you find the egg, as well as enjoy killing the enemies and all sorts of things that you can do, then there you go. And the health's going to go all the way back up. The magic of the blue bar is going to go up. And of course, when you proceed even further into the game, you'll get new things, as well as with the ones that you already collected. Some of the newer levels will remind you which keys you got to use, which ones you already got, to give you an idea which ones to use, and all that kind of stuff. Right, next up is Defend the Varden, which is the area we're in. With once again, when you saw the guy with a shield on top of his chest, which is guarding the area that we're in, which is the Varden.
Soldiers penetrated the Varden defenses, and it was up to the heroes to stop their ruthless advance.
Right, now once again, in this level, you get to use ERAGON and the magic, which is of course once again push and pull with the triangle and X, and of course the normal arrows to hit enemies with without using any magic. You just use the R1 and X and hold that X in to give you a bit more chance of hitting the enemies with it. And also once again with the magic, with the arrow, hold L1 and R1 and push the X button you can use. Or you can use the magic with ripping people's shields off by holding L1 and push the square. Or you can use the fire magic by holding L1 and push the circle button in this level. As well as you've got 400 enemies to kill. And kick the shit out of. Okay. Also in this level you'll have Motek, which is your second new character you can use. If you got your brother or your sister working with you, then you're welcome to use that character if you wish. But if you're on your own, you just got to hope and pray the AI will get Motek to use his bow or his sword to whack enemies. Also, when you've got Brom dead, you'll get ERAGON to use Brom's new sword, which is a bit more stronger than the normal sword that ERAGON uses. So you got that as well in this game. So further ado, what you got to do is kick the shit out of your enemies. Which is good. Also, once again, with some of the magic that you use, like the fire or the normal arrows, and when you do that, the dark blue colour on the left hand side, it will take a little while for it to pop back up for you to use that kind of magic. But also if you use push and pull, part of the blue bar will rise back up a bit more quicker. So if you use the shield or the fire, especially the fire, it takes much more longer before it pops up for you to use it again. So with the magic, with the fire, the the shields, the blue bit will go back up. You've probably got another 15 seconds before it pops back up again for you to use it. But with the push and pull, before the blue bar goes back up, you've got maybe about 5 seconds before it goes back up again. So like I say, with some of the magic, it'll go down much quicker and it'll take a bit more time for it to go back up again. So as long as you be patient for it to go back up, then you'll be all good. But if you're panicking too much of that kind of stuff, then just, like I say, just be patient. Right, also with your enemies that you kick the shove, they will give you some red, which will top your health bar back up a bit from the damage you've took. Or either they will give you a nice green colour, which is now all about the colour underneath where the characters are. Like ERAGON that's on the left that I'm using, and Motek on the right. Now if you watch carefully, there's a green colour and there should be a yellow colour somewhere. But the AI of Motek hasn't done a great deal of kicking shit out of enemies. Eventually he will. But once you've done a fair lot of kicking shit out of enemies and the AI has done exactly that, the two colours, which will be a green and a yellow, and of course what will happen is those two colours will lock together, and when they do, it will do something, is allow you to have a sword to be a bit more sharper, and parts of the bow to be a bit more sharper as well. But the only way you can activate it is when the lines are attached, as well as what you want to do is push the L3 and R3 together for it to be activated. And also what you can do is stand by hip and hold L1 and X for a bit of a fence to be broken off. Where you can come in here to find some boxes, which will give you some health, depends on if you've lost a fair bit of health. Or if you haven't took any damage, then you'll find a load of green for you to collect for the parts of your green line of your character you use, or the AI or your second player that works with you for Motek's yellow line to attach. Even if you're still on a level with Brom, that'll do exactly the same thing. Then you're all good. Oh, you're there. You can burn. So, like I say, as long as you know the keys for fire, magic, L1 and circle. Where the fuck are you all gone? There's a couple of you somewhere. Oh, there you are. So once again, L1 and circle for fire for you to use. Shield to rip off some bits of enemies' things that they protect themselves. L1 and square. A bit of the magic with arrow. L1 and R1. And hold the X in as well. Or just push it. Just like I've done on that guy that's dead from somewhere where he was before. Like this guy here, for example. Also, when you use certain magic, there will be a certain language of a word that ERAGON will say, as he did say, was, of course, forgot what he said now. Let's just do it anyway. Resting up. There you go. Resting up is the word. I'm not sure if it's French or Spanish. And once you kick a fair lot of enemies like that, the people that lives in the garden says thank you. So all you got to do is protect them. And Scoria is basically the name of part of a language for breaking the shields off. Right, so as you can see, there's a little yellowy, sparkly little line where the yellow and the green is at the bottom of the screen where the two characters are. They're attached, and basically, like I said, you can activate it for your blades to be your sword to be a bit more sharper, and your bow with the arrow that can be a bit more powerful to hit them with. Now the way to activate it is push L3 and R3 together, but once again it is unlimited time, which is basically it'll give you a few seconds before it runs out. But the only way you can make it run out is to keep pushing the X and the circle without getting close to your enemies, which is another thing that is a problem. So make sure you know exactly roughly where you are and where the enemies are, where you can kick the shit out of them. But as long as you're not a couple of inches away from them, then you'll be okay. But if you are a fair load of miles away from them and you're pushing the circle on X, you're wasting it. But like I say, there's another way you can do it. Is just leave the L3 and R3 and don't touch those two several other times, and then you'll be good. But also there's something else will happen sooner or later, but what I'm going to do is probably keep it a secret, especially if you've never played the game before. But if you have played it, you know exactly what happens. As well as, of course, with this game, it is exactly roughly the same as the film, because you can see bits and bobs about the film of ERAGON and Brom, with certain bits and pieces that was involved. But also, if you look on the left hand side of the screen there, with the character I'm using, which is ERAGON, and there's a blue flashing colour around that character, which is involving that you can not use your normal magic, which is the normal arrows or the fire or the shield. But you can use the shield, but you can't use anything else. Oh, actually you can use the normal arrows, but with the fire you can't use that. But also, if you look closely on the left hand side there's a blue symbol there. Now, as I've just done L1 and X, what that's done is got Sophia to fly around the place and burn the place down. As you can see, a load of fire that's on the left hand side in the middle of the screen here. Now, Sophia's just burnt the place to kill a fair load of enemies at once, depends on how many are going to come from that area. And now that will stop them. Right, so once you've done all that, what you want to do is jump up here. And then what you want to do is try and jump on top of it. And then what you want to do is try not to fall off it. Because otherwise you're going to have to get all the way back up from where I just came from. Because what you want to do, once again, you want to jump straight up it. And then what you want to do is climb back up it by pushing triangle 2 times. And triangle to jump on top of it. And what you want to do is jump straight on top of it. Once again, you want to be careful that you don't fall off. Because once again, you'll have to get all the way back up again. Also, there's a bit that you can do over here. Is stand it, or a bit further back, which I will try and do. Is stand about hip, hold L1 and hold X and wait for the blue bit to turn up, and you can make that break off. And we've got 285 enemies to deal with at the moment in time. So once you've done all that, what you want to do next is go round here. And you can kick the shit out of these enemies in here if you wish. But once again, you can always just run away if you feel like it, just to make it a bit more easier. And then once you got through here, you can proceed even further, all the way around here. Alright, then go round here, as long as your enemy is not going to stop you or tempt you that you want to burn them or break the bit of the shield off. Right, so when you get to here, you find a checkpoint, and also Sophia will start burning the place. So once the fire's out of the way, what you can do is go all the way over here to find a bridge. Where you can get across. And so far we've still got 262 enemies to deal with. So once again, we can do. Let's just continue on, moving ahead. Over here. Right, what we want to do next is go down this end. Even further down, where you can find some more boxes to get some health if you need it. And then what you want to do is continue down here and just continue on where you can kick some more shit out of the enemies, and of course around here will be your egg for you to collect over there. So there's the egg for you if you need it. And also, once again, Sophia will burn some enemies to help you take the enemies down from 400 to however how many you've got to deal with. Then you can go and do that if you wish. And so once again, like I said, with the two lines, yellow and green, and you're standing far away from the enemies that you're kicking shit out of, the line will go down much more quicker. As long as you're near them and you're not constantly keep pushing the circle or X, then it'll go down a bit more slow than usual. Then that'll be that for you. A couple of tips and tricks for you to do this level, or any levels that you just having trouble kicking the shit out of the enemies, or a bit concerned that you're going to die, but you should be okay. Right, so what we want to do next, once you've got the egg, continue back up, all the way back up around and around here. And then when you do, you find part of the bridge where you can just walk all the way across over to the other side. But also some of these enemies will try and block your way. So once again, you can use the protective shield thing of your magic, which is the L1 and squared, to blast people's shields off. Or either they can fall off edges to die a bit more quicker, which is another thing you can do. They are no more. So yeah, also fucking kill your enemies a bit more quicker than usual, especially the ones that hasn't got a stronger bit of armor, for you to struggle to kill them a bit more quicker than usual. So keep an eye on that as well. So as long as you carry on doing what you do, then you'll be fine. So once again, just continue what you did, and then you'll be fine. And then you'll be all tickety-boo. But also you'll find some enemies down over it as well. Also, once again, you can always just kick the shit out of the enemies instead of pushing L1 and hold that in and push the X. For Sophia to burn some enemies or bite them in the face or whatever. You can do that if you wish. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Eragon. You'll be fine. Oh yeah, I'm always using magic, mate. So yeah, do whatever kind of magic you want. As well as, once again, if you kill enemies, sometimes you collect green and sometimes you'll collect red to top your health bar back up. But also, once again, some of the boxes that you smash, they will always sometimes give you red as well. And then you'll be still tickety-boo. As long as you stay alive. And then you'll be all tickety-boo. As long as the AI of the other character you get as well. But also in this area, you'll find some arrow enemies as well. So you want to avoid them as much as you can. And I'm dead. But that's fine, mate. Because once again, if you die with a checkpoint, you can always start from where the checkpoint was. But also with the options that you get over here, which is continue and restart level and out. What you want to do is make sure you don't push down with down D-pad button or the L3 push downwards, because otherwise you'll select a certain one. especially restart level, because if you do, it'll take you all the way back from the start, from where you started off. So make sure you just press the X where the continue is, and then you'll be back to where you just had the checkpoint on the last one you had. Alright. Right, so further ado, with the green line or the orange, those two colours of a line will go down, and you've got to get back up again by kicking the shit out of the enemies and continue on as you were. As well as with the number of enemies that you killed earlier, the number will go back up to where it was before until it was going down. So keep that in mind as well. But as long as you got the arrow enemies out of your way as well, they can help. So with the push and pull enemies, that won't do anything until you've actually pushed the L3 and push the X. But as long as you haven't got the blue colour symbol things sitting there, then you're okay. But as long as the enemies are quite close to the edge of about here, you can knock them over. So there's another way you can get them out of the way. So there's that option for you. So as long as you continue doing what you do, then you'll be alright. And there you go. Right, so once you've done a fair load of enemies over here, there'll be a specific thing that will happen, which you'll find out soon. Which we won't be far away. But still, once you, or you have already played it, you know exactly what happens. And once again, once you have this kind of thing, you can always get Sophia to come in if you need it. Then feel free to use that if you feel like it. But also, like I say, you can always use your bow as well if you fancy it. And now what Sophia's going to do is burn the place a bit for a fair few enemies to die, instead of having 202. So now we've got 155 to deal with. Right, also what we're going to do is hold L1 and hold X as well, for you to come all the way down here, for you to find some more enemies to kick the shove if you want. But still, like I say, you can always just run away. Which is now a special thing you can do. Right, when you're over it, this is the only part that you've got left. Right, so once again, we can hit. is use the yellow and green line when they're attached by pushing the L3 and R3 together. Like I said, if you wish. But like I say, if you're far too far away from your enemies that you're dealing with, and you keep pushing that special circle X, it's just going to go down and then it'll be wasted. But as long as you use it wisely, it'll last a little bit than normal. But like I say, as long as you do what I said, then you'll be fine. And we've got 133 at the minute. So as they have shields on themselves, use L1 and square to rip it off, so they can't protect themselves anymore. It's roughly the same thing when they're trying to kick the shot at you. You're just pushing them away from you to stop them attacking you. So there's that for you. Also, with the blue bit that's in the screen in the middle there, I'm going to use that in a little while, because I want to kick the shot at these dudes as I want. I like the magic with the arrow, and knock a fair few of them out. So you can do that option if you wish. Oh yeah, I use magic, yeah. Yeah, correct there. So yeah, those are the sort of things you can do. Right, so now we've got 111 of them to deal with. Because also when you go for that blue bit that's on the screen there now, and when you get severe involved, you should just kick the shit out of the enemies, and then you're basically done with the level. It's like I say, you can do it if you want, but if you like kicking the shit like I am, then feel free. But also when you do the fire, I'm going to do it in a few seconds, make sure you just don't stand near it. Like here, don't stand there. So as long as you do what I said, you get the idea what to do and enjoy it. And what we need now? No siree. Oh yeah, I use magic, yeah, indeed. Got 95 of them. Not many left now. Two of them. Sooner or later, it'll be time for a special thing for you to see. And what I'll say is a specific thing in a minute. And I'm going to do it within possibly another 20 seconds, I think. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, now watch on the right hand side of the screen. There is 77. So Sophia's done those. Now we're up to 69. Then, as she's done that, once again, what we're going to do is squatty up for a bit more of the shield to come off. And as she says, time to burn the fields. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, burn Sophia. And now you got 65. And watch the numbers on the right hand side of the screen at the top. It's going down. And now there's 0. So when that happens, uh-oh.
With Alia's help, ERAGON was able to revive Sophia just in time to meet Dozan in a final battle.
Now Sophia is fixed. She's healthy again. So there you go. There is that level complete. Now once again, we've got 2 levels to go in total. As well as one of them is going to be a bit more tricky for me to sort out. But then again, it just depends on how it wants to play out. As well as it's going to do exactly the same as you. It depends on how it wants to play out. Now once again, enemies killed, I've done 326. Motec is only done 74. ORBS, which is the green stuff that you collect, I've got 1,747. Motec's picked up 1,105. And of course, once again, the egg is collected. So there's that for you. And once again, everything all goes all the way back up. The green, the health, and of course the magic. And of course, once again, it will remind you which buttons to use, which should be hold L1 and push X for the bow, or get Sphere to be called out to do something. All that good stuff. Right, now this is one of the levels that's going to be a bit more tricky for you to get hold of the egg, which is the final battle, which is one of them. Once again, I'm going to try my hardest to show you where it is, but also with this one, the egg will fly somewhere past you, which is the problem. Or either it won't pop up when you're flying around all over the place. So, you've got 2 options. You're either not going to find it, or either it's going to fly right past you, when you know you can just about see where it is heading towards you, and you think you're roughly near it for you to pick it up. It says, no, you haven't picked me up. No. So keep an eye on that.
Final battle.
So we're going to try that. So once again, I will try my hardest to get it. And if I do, then we're all good. But if not, I will try my hardest again on my last recording.
Because the legends say a shade will not die unless his demonic heart is pierced.
And what you got to do is stop Durza from killing your dragon. So that's what you got to do.
You'll never win, Durza.
Right, also what you want to do is try and avoid the flames as well. So that's the other problem. You will stay alive as much as you can. Also, once again, you can use the flames for holding the X. Ah, missed it. Also, sometimes you might have one luck of getting it without dying. Also, once again, the way you can survive is get Sophia to collect some white thing. But sometimes when you're using the normal arrows with L1 and R1, will allow you to kick the shit out of his end out of Durza. Also, if you look on the top left hand side of the screen, that will tell you how much health he's got. And what you got to do is make sure it goes all the way down. And make sure you don't have yours all the way down from the bottom as well. Also, sometimes we're using Sophia, and sometimes when you're around this place, sometimes you'll collect white to top Sophia's health all the way back up a bit than usual. And also sometimes with the egg that you have to collect, sometimes you might have one chance of getting it, and sometimes you don't. But it just depends on how it wants to play out. Also, I think sometimes you might want to push reset level. That might have a chance for you to find the egg again. That's one option I can give you that might allow you to have it. Also with this thing, when you're using the normal arrows, like I am now, with R1 and L1, sometimes when you're pushing the X, sometimes it will knacker your fingers out, depending on how good you are. So, there's that for you. So, as long as you've got the skills and bits and bobs. And of course, L3 is the key for you to move Sophia all over the place. And you'll be all good. But also when he's around the place, roughly close in front of you, what you can do is hold X for the flames to burn down a bit. So once again, as long as you defeat him once, you should be able to go for the next level. If not, then you just got to try and kick the shit out of him before he does you. So as long as you keep an eye on where he is and the flames are, give me that thing. Thank you. But I died again, so there's that for you. Also, sometimes you might want to put it on easy for you to have a good chance of getting it done. So I've done that, which is the best option for you if you've got more expert ability of doing that. So there's a couple of options there.
Impressive, but your skills still won't suit. You will still die.
So like I said, with the egg, you've probably only got one chance of getting it.
Time for you to taste dragon.
Because what I mean is, it might pop up once for you to see it, so you can collect it. But as long as you don't die, it won't say, I'm not going to give it to you again. So there's that for you to know all about. But like I say, I might do one more recording just to show you where it is and what to get exactly. But we'll just have to see how well I'm good at collecting it. But I think I've only had one chance of getting it and I missed. As long as you don't miss or you don't fucking die once, then you got a good chance of getting it instead of keep replaying it over and over and over without collecting it at all. And it looks like that's the only chance of me collecting that egg, because he is almost dead. As you can see on the top left hand side there, his health's close to being at the bottom. And so there you go. So we didn't get the egg.
With the Shade defeated, Arya left to prepare her people for Galbatorix's revenge. Both she and ERAGON had a duty, a destiny to fulfill. But already the legend of ERAGON, the great Shade Slayer, had begun to spread throughout Alagasia. And the Varden, who I, Ashihad, lead, would never forget the debt we owe to Saphira, the mighty dragon, and ERAGON, the brave dragon rider that sits upon her.
Right, there you go. There is the level done, but not the egg. Right, so basically what I'm going to do next time is do another recording with another couple of goes at that level, as well as show you what you've got to do in, of course, the other level. That is the one that will be revealed next time, because with that one you can have a lot of fun doing it on that level, which once again I will show you next time what the level is called, as well as of course show you roughly how you can roughly get the egg on that last level that I just did just now. But I did have it shown, you probably did see it with the blue colour that was there, and I just fucking missed it. As well as it's easy for you to do to absolutely completely miss it, or either you could either just absolutely fucking die and you've blown your chance. So there you go. that is it for today. I'm going to meet you next time for more of the ERAGON game, with doing the last level, which was of course the final battle, and show you what the other level that you can do if you want to do it when you've completed that level, as well as of course if you do the game on Xbox 360, you will have 19 levels, including the level that I haven't shown you yet, because I wanted to keep that secret until my next recording, as well as of course try and get that egg in that level that I just did do there. So yeah, on Xbox 360 you get 19 levels, including 2 other levels that are in the map itself, which I will show you sometime possibly, but I could just explain to you when I do my next recording, with the only 17 circles with the line that's there attached to the other bit that's to it, because yeah, there's 16 circles attached to a long line, and there'll be one which will be another level that I will do next time to show you what it's called, and of course the one I just did to make actually part of 17 levels in total, because like I said, there's 16 circles on a line attached together, but there's only one level that is separate from the line to make 17 instead of on Xbox 360 that will have of course only 18 attached, and of course one circle that is going to be further away from the line that's supposed to be not as far away from the line that's attached to the levels that's there. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time for some more ERAGON. Take care.